Hello, welcome to BioGrades TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification so you don't miss our next video. History of Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country in the West African region. It is surrounded by Benin Republic to the southeast, Togo to the southeast, Mali to the north and west, Niger to the east, Ghana to the south, and Ivory Coast to the southwest. The country's 2019 population estimate by the United Nations was 20 million. Its official language is French, while the Mossi language is a lingua franca in the country. There are about 60 indigenous languages spoken in Burkina Faso. There are two major West African ethnic groups in the country, the Voltaic and the Mande. The Voltaic Mossi make up about half of the general population. Islam is the most widely practiced religion in the country, with about 60% of the population being Muslims. Christians make up about 23%, while 15% practice traditional indigenous beliefs like the Dogon religion. A small percentage consider themselves irreligious. From the medieval period until the late 19th century, present-day Burkina Faso was ruled by the empire-building Mossi people. For several centuries, Mossi peasants were both farmers and soldiers and defended their territory and religious beliefs against attempts by their Muslim neighbours to the northeast to conquer and convert them. Starting from the early 1890s, British, German and French military officers made efforts to claim parts of what is today Burkina Faso. At times, those colonialists fought the local kingdoms and people. At other times, they made alliances and treaties with them. The colonialists also established treaties with one another. Eventually, it was the French, after a series of events, that became the established colonial masters of the region, and Burkina Faso became a French protectorate in 1899. Burkina Faso remained part of the French West Africa colony until the 11th of December 1958, when it achieved freedom and became known as the Republic of Upper Volta. But it was still a part of the French community until it attained complete independence on the 5th of August 1960. Maurice Yamilgo was the first president after independence. President Yamilgo was deposed in a coup d'etat in 1966 after protests by students and labor union members. Coup leader Sangoulé Lamizana became president. Burkina Faso faced severe economic problems during Lamizana's rule, one being the Sahel drought and famine. His relationship with the nation's powerful trade unions were far from cordial. So in 1980, he was removed by Sayo Zerbo in a coup of that year. Zerbo himself was overthrown 2 years later by Jean-Baptiste Ouédraogo. In 1983, infighting within the ranks of the government led to the arrest of Thomas Sankara, who had been appointed Prime Minister in January 1983. A rescue operation to free him, led by Captain Blaise Compaoré, resulted in a military coup d'etat on the 4th of August 1983. The coup ushered in Sankara to power, and his government began the implementation of a series of revolutionary programs which included mass vaccinations, infrastructure development, and agricultural expansion. Sankara also changed the name of the country from Upper Volta to Burkina Faso, which means Land of the Upright. Despite his earlier popularity and charming charisma, Sankara began experiencing resistance in the implementation of his revolutionary ideals. On the 15th of October 1987, he was assassinated in a coup masterminded by his friend, Captain Blaise Compaoré, who then took over power. Compaoré remained in power until 2014, when he was forced to step down amidst protests arising from attempts to adjust the constitution to enable him run for another term in 2015. A transitional government led by a civilian, Michael Kafando, stepped in on the 17th of November. When elections were held on the 13th of October 2015, Rockmark Christian Kabore emerged victorious and was sworn in as president. Burkina Faso is a member of a number of organizations, including the African Union, United Nations, Community of Sahel-Saharan States, G5 Sahel, La Francophonie, Organization of Islamic Cooperation, and Economic Community of West African States. Burkina Faso is divided into 13 regions, which are further broken into 45 provinces and 301 departments. Each region has a governor who administers it. It has a number of natural resources, which include gold, manganese, marble, limestone, phosphate, pumice, and salt. Agriculture represents 32% of Burkina Faso's gross domestic product and employs 80% of the nation's labor force. Sorghum, pearl millet, rice, maize, peanuts, and cotton are among crops grown. Gold, cotton, and ores are among the top exports of the country. The nation's GDP in 2018 stood at $14.12 billion. A wide variety of sports are played in Burkina Faso, including football, basketball, handball, cycling, tennis, rugby union, boxing, and martial arts. Football stands as one of the most popular sports in the country. The national team, which is nicknamed Les Étalons, that is the Stallions, got to the finals of the African Cup of Nations in South Africa, but they lost 1-0 to Nigeria in 2013. Every 2 years, the Pan-African Film and Television Festival of Ouagadougou, that is FESPACO, is hosted in Ouagadougou. It is Africa's biggest cinema festival. Burkina Faso also organizes the International Art and Craft Fair, Ouagadougou, that is SIAO, which is one of Africa's most important trade shows for arts and handicrafts. The maiden edition was in 1988. The National Culture Week of Burkina Faso is another cultural event that is held biennially in Dioulasso, which is the second largest city in the country. The capital city, Ouagadougou, holds a number of site attractions, including the Park of Bangerwelgo and the National Museum. It also hosts the Pan-African Film and Television Festival of Ouagadougou. The city of Bamfora is home to the natural waterfall of Bamfora, Lake Tengrela, and the peaks of Sindo. What have we missed out of this history? Let's know in the comment section. Will it be ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel.